Hey, everybody. All right, here we go. Today we're going to talk about TrueNAS Scale. Did you know that back December 22nd, IX Systems, maker of TrueNAS, they have a beta. If you haven't been following along, TrueNAS Scale is the Linux version of their very popular TrueNAS system. Core used to be FreeNAS, now it's TrueNAS. They did a merger of product names and a bunch of stuff like that, but I've got lots of videos about this stuff, so just go check that out if you want to know more. But anyway, here's the exciting thing. Release Candidate 2 came out December 22nd of 2021 of their 22.02 version of TrueNAS Scale. Angel Fish, I believe is what it's called. And that is close to being ready for use. So this is a release candidate number 2. And if you pay attention to the name, and let me just flip it over here and look at this. So if you pay attention to the name, you got 22.02. So they're running with the naming convention of 22, which is the year 2022, 02, which is the month of February. So they are expecting to have the first official release of this out in February. But like I said, we're on a release candidate 2, and I'm excited about this. So let's just pop in here real quick, and we'll look at the README on it. And so if you go through here, new Christmas surprise, they got some Gluster updates, some UX changes, updated the kernel, better app integration with this TrueCharts. We're going to look at this TrueCharts stuff here in a minute. Now, let me just scroll down here to this chart they have, and this is where I got the information. So you like this 12/21/21 is that final release candidate, and that's where we're on right now. So that is awesome. So in February, it's a planned general availability, and then in April they'll do an update. Okay, so if you're in the lives or whatever, and you want to talk about this, shoot me some messages. We'll talk about this. We can talk about anything you want related to this. That's kind of my subject for the matter. I'm going to go through some of the stuff. I've got a cat in here meowing. If you can hear it, the cat is super excited about this too. So yeah. All right. So the next release is going to be called Bluefin. And so if you look in here, they're going to start that, excuse me, hang on, early 2022. I'm not worried about that right now. We're just going to get to the first part of this. I'm excited for this. Who should be using TrueNAS Scale right now? Honestly, it's a release candidate, so don't put this into production. Okay, production is not going to be where you want to be with this thing. It's going to be a problem, possibly. So yeah, don't use it in production. If you want to be an early adopter, if you want to beta test it or release candidate test it or whatever, go ahead and do it. I think they got most of the things worked out. If you go down here and I look, there was something that I thought there was some, yeah. So they have 6,000 daily users on in this beta cycle. That's pretty darn awesome. And somewhere in here they said something about all the many bugs that they fixed, and it was a lot little things. Okay. But first, let's go and look at TrueNAS. Here we are, the updated here. Here is the data. Here it says release candidate 2. This is my little beta build running an AMD A6 3500 APU. Super old hardware. Yeah, I got here. I did some scrubbing or something, warning. I did a couple other things on this thing. So I've got, this has like 8 gigs of RAM in this machine. So it's by no means a powerhouse, but it is certainly good enough to be testing this out. Storage, look, I like I said before, I like how you can just create a a pull right here from the dashboard. You can also look at the network and CPU and memory and all that good stuff. So this is pretty cool. Click check for updates right here. Now, I just installed updates, so it's all there. Let's go ahead and look at the storage. We'll do a quick overview, and then we're going to go down to those apps and see if we can play with some of that stuff. All right, so I have here storage. So if we go here and we look at the status, you're going to see that I have 4 drives in here, and which is essentially a RAID 10 ZFS. So you have two mirrors, 2 VDEV mirrors, and so it should be okay as far as performance is concerned. So yeah, there we go. Go back to storage, and like I said, this is 4 terabytes roughly. So I think I've got a couple. Well, let's just look at the disks, and I'll show you what I've got in there. I've got 4 2 terabyte disks in there. 1 small disk for the boot drive. There's no mirror on the boot or anything like that. So yeah, okay. That's the basic of this. Let's look at the shares. Again, I don't think anything's really changed here. I haven't set up anything here yet, but I plan on getting in that. Data protection. So this is where you do replications and backups and all this good stuff right here. So this is cool stuff here. I think I like how they have the new layout on this. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to this versus the FreeBSD version. We'll go over to the network. You see the network. Here's the IP address, all the information, static routes, OpenVPN client and server information right there, so you can check that out. Cloud credentials. You got local users, local groups, directory services. So that'd be like Active Directory, LDAP. Backup credentials. These are like cloud credentials that you would be using, and for like your S3 buckets and things like that. SSH connections, SSH key pairs. There's lots of great stuff in here. Certificates. So I don't know if I haven't checked this out yet, but I suspect we'll be able to do Let's Encrypt stuff on here, and that'll be nice to get your search for this. 2FA. This is awesome. So you can set up 2FA in this in the future. So lots of things to look at. Virtualization. No virtual machines on this. Now, remember, I don't have a lot of memory on this machine, so if we did create a virtual machine, it would be very, very tiny one just to get things going. It is using KVM on the undersea side, so I think that would be it's going to be good. So good compared to Proxmox maybe. I could see that this being a future alternative maybe to using Proxmox for some of your virtualization, especially on like a home system or at home. This might be a great option for that. Apps. So go in here. I haven't installed any apps, so after this gets done refreshing, you can say boom, nothing installed, view catalog, and we have this stuff here. Plex, Collabora, Nextcloud, Chia, MinIO, couple of, all these things. So manage catalogs. This is where we're going to get into the TrueCharts. So let me go back over here, and here is their December 14th article about this TrueChart. So here it is, and that looks like a lot of apps in there, and I was like, oh wow. And then I looked at mine and I said, oh no. Okay, so let's just see if we can follow this, check it out, and see what we can do to get this updated, installed stuff in here. Now there is a video in this, so watch that video, and it might tell us exactly how to do it. So here's the TrueNAS, TrueCharts.org website. Here it is. Okay. Man, I don't know why I'm yawning. Well, so we're gonna get this here is this add TrueChart to scale. Go to apps, manage catalogs, add catalog, type in TrueCharts, and use this. Okay. Let's just do that. Manage catalogs, add catalog. We're going to call it TrueCharts and stable, core, and main. There's this. Preferred trains. Okay. Now, let's just take a look at this for just 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I get distracted here. So, name, TrueCharts, repository, preferred train, stable, core, whatever. Looks like stable contains most of the apps. Core is important apps. Incubator. So, I'm guessing we're going to want stable as our option. I don't know if I need to type in stable here. Main core. Branch main. I think, trains are stable and core. Branch is main. Okay. Trains are stable and core. Okay. And let's see. Main, boom, boom. I don't know if I need to do this force create. Let's see what it says. Even if some trains are unhealthy. No, we don't need to force create. All right, cross your fingers. Let's get her done. Save. Adding large catalogs can take minutes. Please check on your progress in the task manager. Okay, so up here in the core, this is kind of new. You got this task manager, and look at it. It's creating stuff. I think these alerts, I think I can dismiss them. Get rid of those. And looky there. Oh boy, it's updating. While it's updating, I'm going to hydrate. Okay. So, okay. I'm excited. Let's go over here to installing apps. I think this is pretty straightforward. Oh, look, there's a Let's Encrypt certificate. Adding a Let's Encrypt certificate. They already have bunches of fun stuff. Let's look at the Add Let's certificate. Yep, just as I suspected. When I was talking about that just a minute ago, I said something about Let's Encrypt. Traefik, how do you want to pronounce it? It's a good little proxy for web proxy, alternative to like Nginx proxy or HA proxy or some of those things. So, okay, Docker. Let's go back and check on ourselves. 40% done. Validating. Well, as we wait on this, let's say hi. All right, I got one person in the group saying hello, 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 hello. Good to see you, Proton Nucleus. I like it. Great name. And let's see what we got here. Okay, it seems to be taking a while on this. I don't know if this is like a bug or just the fact that my computer is kind of slow. I think I can just go back to the dashboard because it's a task being done in the background and see what happens here. Ooh, okay. Let's see if the CPU. Yeah. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it is doing something. We can always check on this again. 40% progress, no changes. All right. Well, not much to do except for wait on that, but we can explore some of these things. Let's go to system settings. Then that's where you have update. You also have general, which is great. I believe this is based on Debian. Let's see. Ooh, what does advanced have for us in here? Serial console, syslog, kernel, cron job, data sets, isolated GPUs. That's interesting. I wonder what that could be used for. Boot. So, as you can see, here's the 3 versions that I ran, or 4 versions technically, that I ran through and have installed on this. Now, if your boot drive gets full, you can delete some of these, but they're kind of nice to leave there for a little bit. Services. This should be a list of all the wonderful services that are going on in here and can be turned on. Samba, Dynamic DNS, FTP, iSCSI, LLP, DP, NFS, OpenVPN client and server, rsync, S3, Smart, SNMP, SSH, TFTP, UPS, WebDAV. Oh man, the only thing that's turned on right now is Smart. And Shell. Here we are in a Shell. You can do, your normal stuff, PF-H, give you all that stuff. I don't remember the Z version. People. Yeah. Listing the stuff. There we have the Z pool. We did the version of the list, all that good stuff. Really. All right. Ooh, here we go. Look at that. The catalog. We're seeing some updates over here in this corner. If you're paying attention, I can zoom that in if you like. If you'd like me to zoom in more than what I have, just let me know. I'll just hit it with a little bit bigger, just as the case. So we're definitely making some progress now. Reporting. Yeah, we haven't looked at that any. So the reporting should be all your charts and graphs on like the CPU usage and other hardware things, drives and pool, Z pools, ZFS pools. Yeah, here we go. CPU, disk, memory, network, NFS, partitions, system, target, ZFS. Those are all available in there. And our little gearbox gives you information on report CPU and percentage, separate instances of graphite. Okay. So yeah, a couple things here. Let's close that up. And there's our CPU right there. Still going. 1580. So it's still caching that stuff. It takes a little while. What's this info? Directory services monitor. Oh, so if you had Active Directory or LDAP in there, you would have a quick little thing to see the status on that. That's kind of a nice little item. And then you right there. If you're out there and you want to say something, have a chat, we can definitely do that. Let's go back to the TrueNAS website. Actually, let's go to the actual systems here website. Now, I have bought TrueNAS minis and I love them. I've got a couple of them. I got one over there in a box that I really am anxious to get it up and running. I've got to get the drives and everything for it, and I think it's going to be my first TrueNAS Scale production machine to play with. So I am super excited about that. But this is other stuff. Yeah, support community. So if you go to resources, that's where you go to blog. And you can get some. So let me just yeah, let's go to blog. Blog is where I was, and all these things here. So if you want to catch up the information, news, stuff like that, community. Here's where you have forums you can get involved with all that stuff. News, announcement, general application plug, dev corner, scale, TrueNAS legacy software, all kinds of what's new. Yeah. Okay. Documentation. Look at there, coming soon. But there's documentation. I use this a lot when I'm researching this stuff. So definitely some good opportunities there. Plugins and apps. Let's see what that says. Oh, this takes us to this. So this is probably core related mostly. Yeah, this looks like the core stuff, and they haven't probably dated it for scale yet, but community plugins for core. There's a lot of them. And honestly, scale being based on Linux and using Docker, I think for most of these apps, you're going to have so many options that it's just going to blow your mind. There's just going to be tons and tons of stuff out there. All right, let's check on it again. And we are slowly retrieving information. Yep. Like I said, if you want to tell me what app I should install, let me put that in here. Put that in the chat saying what app should I try when we get the TrueNAS chart downloaded. They've got some great stuff here. See, that's why I'm saying KVM and Docker and Kubernetes. I haven't messed much with Kubernetes, but yeah. Well, normally when I'm making my videos, this is the part where I would fast forward and shrink down so you don't have to wait through this. But being that this is a live, we can't really do that. So hey, what can I say? All right. Let me show you. I don't know. Let's look at the TrueNAS, the TrueCharts blog. Nah, not very exciting. Manual. Oh, looky here. Supported versions, alpha, beta, okay, RC1, RC2, start nightly. So quick start, guys. Installing apps. Okay. So we're going to go here. We got to go to available applications, click install, give it a name. They've got videos on all these. I don't want to run their videos and whatever, but so if you want to check that out, you should check that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Community examples, huh? System requirements. All right. Come on, you've got to be close to be done. 83%. So slow. All right. Well, while we're waiting on this paint to dry, let's talk about hardware. So when I'm making a TrueNAS, I like to have the operating system on a mirror. That way, you know, it's done. All right. Finally, forget that. Let's go back to the apps. Apps. Installed apps. It's going to be none. We're going to give it a second. All right. Available applications. Holy bananas. Look at that. All of those applications. Wow. Okay. So, wow. So, official ones have these little blue things. And then you got this yellow. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here? I don't even know what half these things are because I don't really mess with some of those. But okay. No VNC? Firefox? Okay. Firefox sync. Recipes. A little link. Custom wiki.js. Beats. Octoprint. Oh, you know, if you're into 3D printing, this might be a good option for you. Kanban boards. Duplicati, which is a backup software. Short URL. Sync thing. That's for syncing files and stuff. Folding at home. This is pretty cool. Folding at home. You can take your CPU and put it towards folding proteins for drugs and things like that. So something looked into. Get T, I'm not sure what that is. Vault Warden, interesting about that. Unofficial Bitwarden compatible server written in Rust. Interesting. Might check that out later. Bookstat. Oh, you know, by the way, yeah, you can just click on these and it gives you a little information about what they are, right? So like a Joplin server, it says allows you to sync any Joplin client. Health checks. Notify. Server sending and receiving messages. Node-RED. So if you're interested in some low-code programming, Node-RED is kind of cool to play with. I think we had Pi-hole on here too. pgadmin. So if you have some Postgres databases that you need a web management to, you can install that right here. Pigeon. Pigeon is a chat program. Let's see, Grafana. So you need to check that out. It's cool. Man, oh man. What else do? Ooh, what's this? ESP Home. Oh. Oh, there's another Nextcloud. So that's a TrueNAS stable. I wonder what the difference between this and the official one is. It is up here. It's a good question. Um, all right, do we see anything? Tor server. Okay. Um, Handbrake. By the way, speaking of that sort of stuff, Handbrake, if you need to do media encoding, there's a handbrake you can install in here, so that's pretty cool. What do we see? What do we see? Only Office. So that's something you can install to do open your document, your Word documents and things like that. Looks like there's an uncloud self-hosted one. OwnCloud, if you're not familiar, so originally Nextcloud, so OwnCloud was the original source, and then there were some disagreements in the organization, and Nextcloud people split off of OwnCloud, made Nextcloud, and so that's how you have Nextcloud, OwnCloud, in short. FileZilla, if you need an FTP server. And I'm just flipping through some of these that sound interesting to me and just kind of calling them out. As you can tell, there is a ton. MySQL Workbench, so that's a visual tool for your MySQL. I had to guess probably in here is PHP MySQL is going to be in here. Here's a really popular one, Pi-hole. So if you want to do some add DNS filtering on your network, you can drop a Pi-hole in here pretty easily. MinIO, I think there's a built-in one of that. MinIO is a S3 compatible storage, so you can spin up a MinIO instance and do anything that can talk S3. You can basically talk to it. I have some videos on that too if you're interested in that stuff too. Just search for MinIO on my channel. LibreOffice, always good. NanoWallet, which I'm assuming is a crypto wallet. TrueCommand, which is the aggregated management for TrueNAS devices. That's something I haven't played with much. MinIO console, management console for MinIO, interesting. Proton Mail bridge, interesting. Proton Mail is a an encrypted email provider. You didn't know that. Yeah, wikis, of course. Wireshark, so if you need to do some network sniffing. PHP LDAP, my LDAP. This is interesting. So if you have an LDAP server, you can browse it and see all that stuff. Probably it's capable of talking to Active Directory, which is a modified LDAP server. SQLite, Plex, of course, everybody loves Plex. SQLite browser. Yeah, I guess this looks like it's probably just a interface meant to open up SQLite database files. Traefik, however you want to pronounce it, is a proxy, web proxy, so you can do stuff with that if you have multiple websites on your local network and you want to be able to proxy a couple of them to them. I think Traefik has a really good interface for doing Let's Encrypt also. I haven't really used it. It's on my list of places to check out, or projects to check out. Prometheus. And we're down at the bottom. So let's just pick Traefik and install it. I think you just click install. And we're going to call this _1. Now, you can choose the version. So this is cool. We're going to pick that latest version in here. Click next. We're going to not show, this is the first time through, I'm not going to show any of the expert stuff or that. We'll just do this as simple as install as possible. Chicago time zone. We'll leave these as a default for now. Pilot enable ingress class. I don't really know. Let's go back over here. So they just give you a video. The videos are great. However, like if I'm doing a video on this, and I haven't looked at how to install this, so I don't want to watch that video in this video to install this. So we're just gonna do whatever. So should I enable this or not? That is the question. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Service type, simple, clustered, no port. Okay, so we're gonna do simple. Pardon me, people. Port 9000, 980. Okay, 9443. All right. Now, hopefully, I don't have to remember all those ports because I don't off the top of my head. Okay. No manual customization. Security. I'm just going to leave these all basically as default. Next through all this and see what we get. Basic. Okay. Next. Add-ons. Oh, add-ons. OpenVPN. WireGuard. Cool. Don't know. Next. And then we're doing, this is our configuration. Really, this probably is, this is just a Docker config file, or more than likely. So we're going to hit save. See what happens. Oh, error. Does not match. Oh, okay. So it does not like the fact that I put this. We're just going to take that out of there. And next, all the way through all this stuff again. It didn't like the special character underscore. Back to confirm and save. If all things go well. Bam. Okay. Now we'll go over to installed apps. And now it should actually have something. And it does. Now, so we got a checkbox. This is deploying. So my guess is that means that it's still not up and running. Oh, look at this. Upgrade, rollback, edit, shell, logs, delete. Okay. Does that show up in tasks? Okay. All right. Look happy. Let's just do, oh. Oh, active. Okay. Now, so now that it's had a minute, it says active. We'll go here. We've got edit. We can go to shell, logs, and delete. Let's look at the log real quick. Here, this should be maybe the installation logs and whatever. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go back to apps. So I'm probably going to do a series on installing some apps and getting this thing, getting TrueNAS up. Probably won't be lives. It'll be more of my normal tutorial stuff. Let's take a look at the web portal of this. And wow, there it is. Look at that. I just popped it into my, up in here, and there we have it. Oh, this is so awesome. Light theme, dark theme. See what this message is. Okay. Great. Now, I have not actually used Traefik for a proxy, and I really think I should make a video on this and get involved with this, so that would be cool. But there you have it. That is up and running. I'm pretty sure this is it's not going to be here, but going to be, let's go up to storage. And in theory, I should be able to, so this is where the IX applications go. Let's do this. Let's go in the command line and just pop around in there. Oh, look, launch Docker image. I wonder if, okay. Let's just do the shell. So this should be just like getting into the shell of the container, and that's what it looks like here. This should give me a second bash connection here. It doesn't seem to be working. So let's see. Let's try that again. Yeah, and that's probably because this Docker image doesn't have stuff needed to do that. Okay, that's okay. All right, I think that's really, all we're gonna do today. I just wanted to get in there and see how easy it is to deploy. If you've watched my stuff on the other, on the FreeBSD, the TrueNAS Core version, obviously this stuff is a little bit different. I'm going to do a Nextcloud instance on this guy, show you how to do that. I'm going to play around with this Traefik here and look on doing a tutorial on how to use that as for that. We'll do Let's Encrypt. We'll do all that good stuff that I normally do in the normal FreeBSD version of TrueNAS Core, and start doing videos on this also. So I'm Kevin Stevenson with GetMeTheGeek.com. If you got something out of this video, and I hope you did, join me for my future videos. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button also. That would be great for me. I have a membership now that's paid. That gives you access to my Discord channel, and if you want to hop in there for like $2 a month, we can talk about more things. If you want to have a discussion, if you're trying to get your applications up and running and you need to get in there and you'd like to talk a little bit about it, you need some guidance in there, I can get in there and help you out and stuff. The Discord gives me a little bit better opportunity to have discussions with you rather than through the comment sections on my channel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and get that. We'll see you next time.